So saya share screen saya. UJ. Actually, UJ is a quite interesting pair because most of the time this will be the leading indicator ataupun leading pair untuk kita nak tahu kekuatan sama ada we are more into US dollar ataupun more into the safe haven JPY. Okay, somehow or other USDJPY it made a high around 115 something. Then since then JPY after the election, I think JPY ataupun more of a profit taking lah ataupun more also due to the more of a risk off punya mode. Then it started to recover, okay, back to 114. But last couple of days, it also showed that safe haven ataupun more of a risk off punya mode. So it drops and also some movement in bond yield still hovering around 140 to 145 punya zone. Okay, so that's also cannot push this UJ pair a bit higher. Tapi this UJ pair sekarang ni is a bit tricky. Okay, it can go lower like this ataupun they break out on this and then try to test again ni. So since I think gold and also some of the bond yield apa semua tu all rely on maybe this as a partially as a leading indicator. So maybe UJ might set the stage, but we don't know which way it's going to go. Okay, so it depends. We need to wait further confirmation atau further clue next week. Okay, kalau dia nampak US dollar quite strong and more on the risk on mode, that means JPY doesn't come into play, then we probably see UJ might make further move on the upside to test this 115. But suddenly more negative news ataupun the sentiment is not so good, okay, then probably we'll see UJ try to come to 113 ataupun even to 112, okay, before going up. But at the way it looks like, okay, it might be a further sideways within this 114 to 112 punya zone at this point. Okay, so kalau nampak ada breakout ke atas, then we started to long UJ. Tapi kalau breakout ke bawah, then most likely this might be the zone untuk UJ to come down. That means we probably see GJ, EJ all started to come down even further down. But when we look at the cross pair per se, and then try to combine and do correlation with this major pair, it may look like UJ might push a bit higher, okay, and then sideways and then a bit higher. Okay, if I do the other way, orang kata reverse engineering ataupun reverse analysis, then it looks like UJ might do this. That means it tried to break out here, probably 140 something, come down, test again, and then goes up probably to maybe not to 115.50, okay, but probably around 115 ataupun slightly short around 114.80 punya zone. Okay, sebab I think market still trying to find if it's more on the risk on punya mode, then we'll see UJ probably breaking towards upside. But if it's more on the risk off punya mode, then we will see some kind of a weakness in UJ. That means come down to lower to about 112 ataupun 111.50 punya zone. Okay, so at this point, this pair doesn't clearly show anything, but it depends on the news coming out ataupun the sentiment and also what's happening on the bond yield might give a clue ataupun this will dictate bond yield. So it both ways. Okay.
Okay, baik.
So I cannot clearly see Boon.
Yes.
I think we have to wait for more further clue.
Sebab dia macam di pertengahan dan kita yalah tak ada news yang sangat obvious untuk tunjukkan kekuatan diorang kan.
because this pair is very sensitive to headline news. So if geopolitical tension, then you see UJ dropping down. But if everything is okay and the market is willing to take more risk, then UJ will be going up a bit at least.
Okey, baik. Terima kasih Cikgu Rashid. Okey, ranking